will start at a guard, the 6-foot senior, and Ian Carlin, the 6'6 freshman from Zimmerman, gets the start tonight. He came off the bench on Friday night in the win against Concordia. And for the Johnnies tonight, a very experienced lineup. They will start number 4, Colton Cadute, a sophomore guard out of Orono. Number 13, Oakley Baker, a 6'5 junior. Zach Hansen, number 5, a 6'6", 240-pound junior. Number 21, Juby Alade, a 6'4", 200-pound senior. And number 35, Lucas Walford, a 6'8", 210-pound senior for the Johnnies tonight. Johnnies come in at 1-1. The Johnnies are ranked number 12 in the nation in Division III. They open the season against the number 8 ranked Nebraska Wesleyan. Very tough, very experienced team. Just 2 years removed from the NCAA Division III championship back in 2018. The Johnnies suffered a 78-56 loss to number 8 Nebraska Wesleyan. That was last Friday up in Superior, Wisconsin. And the Johnnies led at that one at the halftime, 28-22, but the Prairie Wolves open up the second half with a 23-5 run and shot 63.6% from the field in the game's final 20 minutes. In that game, senior post Lucas Wolford had 12 points, 14 rebounds, his second double-double in 2 games this year. That was his first of the season. He's had 2, and he's had 17 in his career. And junior wing Oakley Baker followed with 9 points. The Johnnies shot 40.4% in that game, including 38.1% from behind the arc. The next night, the Johnnies bounced back with a Saturday win, 71-43 over Marion, Wisconsin on Saturday. In that game, the Johnnies shot 43.5%, 10 of 23 from the three-point range, and now rebounded to the Sabres by a 40-25 margin. Walford posted his second straight double-double in that game. He's got 2 this year. He's got 17 in his career. He also added 4 blocks in that game. Well, Cougars, as we said, 1-0 on the season. This will be their home opener, coming off that 86-82 win. Last year, St. John's rolled to a 95-54 victory on their home court in Collegeville over the Cougars. SJU out-rebounded the Cougars 55-28, including a 19-8 advantage on the offensive glass. And the Johnnies turned the second chances into a 24-2 scoring margin on the scoreboard. Guard David Stockman led all scorers with 19 that night, and Jeremy Halverson led the Cougars with 15 points that night. UMM shot 31.7% from the field that night, including 24.2% in the second half. All time, the Johnnies lead the series 22-10, including 9 and 5 here in Morris, and the Johnnies have won 11 of the last 12 meetings. So a very tough opponent for the Cougars tonight. The Johnnies come to town ranked 12th nationally. And the Cougars come in with a very young group, a very exciting group, and I think we're going to see a lot of exciting basketball from this group this year. As I said, we mentioned the starters. We'll take a short break. We'll get head coach Paul Grove over here in a second. Back in a moment on the Cougars Sports Network.
University of Minnesota Morris Cougar Athletics. You are enjoying University of Minnesota Morris Cougar basketball on the Cougar Sports Network. Thank you for supporting University of Minnesota Morris Cougar Athletics.
And we're back at Jim Gremmel's court. Paul Grove joins us here for the pregame. Paul, the Cougars coming off that exciting 86-82 win over Concordia on Friday. Sum up the game for us, please.
Yeah, I thought we improved from the first half to the second half, even in the game. We gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the first half, only 1 in the second. Only shot 1 for 14 from three in the first half. So it was nice to see the improvement. Obviously, after a first game like that, there's a ton in film that we saw to improve on when we sat down with the guys on Monday and did all that stuff. So we're hoping to see, just that constant improvement, which, every year at this time, that's what you're looking for.
And the contribution from the bench was out of this world.
Yeah, and I think that's the way it's going to be this year because we're very deep, and there's not a real big spread between starters and bench guys, and we're starting somebody else tonight, and I'm kind of assuming that's the way it's going to be here for early in the season because we can start a lot of guys.
Yeah, I know you gave up 82 points against Concordia, but I thought the defense got out after it in the second half.
Yeah, we did much better there too.
Yeah.
I think that's where we have the most we can improve. Especially when we get into UMAC play and those threes just start to rain because there's always at least 4 if not 5 guards on the floor at all times. So we're definitely gonna have to shore that up. But we have a lot of new faces this year. We're definitely behind where we'd like to be as coaches in the season right now as far as what we have in. Practices have been a little bit slower as far as what we can get in with 10 new faces. So. It's still a very good problem to have, but it's going to take us a little bit longer.
Okay, sum up what you expect to see. What do you think you can see out of this team this year?
Well, the sky's the limit with these guys. It kind of changes from day to day what we're seeing in practice, so it's going to be nice to have some games. But, there are days in practice where the threes are just raining, and it's really fun to watch. So I think if we can shore up some of that defensive stuff, use our depth, there's no reason we can't be competing for a UMAC championship here in a couple months.
Yeah, and maybe defy that. What was it, number 6 seed in the coaches poll in the UMAC?
Yep. Yeah, you can look at it either tied for 6th or tied for 7th, I guess, however you want to look at it. But, with the top 5 making the playoffs, we definitely want to get in that. But, right now our goals are definitely higher than that. So we'll see how things shake out, but I really like this group.
Yeah, sum up the experience that is back for you.
Well, we have, Nick and Trent and Jimmy are the only 3 in the senior and junior classes, so we're very limited as far as, the experience. KJ did play quite a bit last year as a freshman. But, as far as the new faces go, they're going to get plenty of opportunities because, we just don't have huge numbers back and not huge in the junior and senior class. So there's going to be a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen playing.
Yeah, and as usual, St. John's comes into tonight with a national ranking on the shoulders.
Yeah, they've been ranked pretty consistently for a number of years now. Coach Pat's really got it going at St. John's. Very good team. Watching film, there's not much for weaknesses on there. They're very big, very strong, and they get that dribble drive going and great from the three-point arc.
Okay, well, should be fun to watch tonight. Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you after the game.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Head coach Paul Grove with us here as the Cougars prepare to take on the Johnnies on Jim Gremmel's court here on the Cougar Sports Network. Paul Grove beginning his 18th season with the Cougars. Jalen Voss begins his 4th season as assistant coach. The starters tonight, so let's give you them once again for the Johnnies. That'll be Colton Cadute, the 5'11 sophomore, comes in with an 8.5 points per game average after 2 games. Number 5, Zach Hansen, a 6'6", 240-pound junior out of New Prague. Number 13, Oakley Baker, a 6'5", 195-pound junior out of Geneva, Minnesota, with a 9 points per game average already this season. Juby Alade, a 6'4", 200-pound senior, will start. And the 5th starter, Lucas Walford, a 6'8", 210-pound senior, 13.5 points per game this season, and 14 rebounds per game through the first 2 games this season. He's got 17 career double-doubles. Pat McKenzie, his 5th season for the Johnnies. Assistant coaches on the Johnnies bench are Connor O'Brien, Jerry Fogarty, Rhett Stensrud, Sam Dittburner, and Garrett Getz. So those are the starters here tonight. As we said, St. John's 22-10 all time against the Cougars, including 9-5 here on Jim Gremmel's court. Johnnies have won the series mostly as of late, winning 11 of the last 12. Cougars came pretty close about 3 years ago. Okay, our national anthem will be coming up in just a moment here. And we will pause for that here for the national anthem. Back at Jim Gremmel's court. And across the UMAC scoreboard tonight, plenty of action. In addition to the Johnnies here at Morris tonight, Northwestern is at Macalester College. Northland College is at Augsburg, and Crown College is at Hamlin. So some of the action centering down in the cities. And in women's basketball tonight, what should be a good one, Carleton College is at Bethany Lutheran College in Mankato. And if you joined us last night, the Cougar women home opener, victorious 83-69 over Macalester College. Also last night in men's basketball and UMAC play, it was UW Superior over Concordia 75-69. Carleton College 82-67 over North Central. River Falls over St. Scholastica 83-60. And Buena Vista College 92-76 over Bethany Lutheran College. Bethany Lutheran, the consensus pick to win it all in the UMAC men's basketball conference, as well as the UMAC women's basketball conference. So we're set for basketball here on Jim Gremmel's court. Thanks for joining us. Kadut, Hansen, Baker, Alede, and Walford for the Johnnies, and for the Cougars, Pendleton, Riley, Peterson, Jerome, and Carlin. And Lucas Walford, 6'8", will face off against Ian Carlin, the 6'6" freshman. Carlin easily controls that. Johnnies win the opening tip. Kadut onto the right wing. Baker down inside Walford. On the left side on the wing. Dribble drive in the paint. The floater up and in for Juby Alede. The Johnnies take a 2-0 lead. Pendleton steps in off the glass. It's wide left, and the rebound was hauled down by Kadut. Colton Kadut down inside Walford. Double teamed. Waiting on the backside. Hansen the pass. Up off. No good. Rebound and a foul on the Johnnies. Lucas Walford with the game's first foul call for a push. Here comes James Pendleton. Bounces out to Nick Peterson. Nick, a little fade away at the free throw line. Nice shot. Good touch, up and in. And we're tied at 2-all. Cougars man-to-man in D. Hanson is to the outside, back to Hanson. Back to Baker. Out comes Walford, down inside. Batted away by Nick Peterson into the hands of Trent Jerome. A steal by the Cougars. Jerome left side to Pendleton. Pendleton a step on the defender, lays it up and in. Cadute will bounce right side. Walford on the wing. Over comes Cadute. Hanson gives over to Baker. Down inside of Walford. Turnaround from 8 is good. Pendleton gives to Carlin. Inside, goes down, slips, falls, and is called for the travel. Four game. We're a couple of minutes into it. And the Cougar home opener, they're 1-0. From the wing, the shot up off, no good, tipped out into the hands of Pendleton. Riley will swing to Trent Jerome, back to Riley. Out comes Pendleton. Over to Trent Jerome, to the free throw line, up and in for Trent Jerome. And it's 6-4 Cougars. And the Cougars will crisp in the early goal. It's a turnover, picked up by Riley. KJ quickly into the front court. He'll drive, slash, through, up. Pendleton, the putback is fouled. Riley up. Put her up short. James Pendleton the follow, and he's rewarded during the putback. And the foul's on Colton Cadute. It'll be the second Johnny's foul. And for the Cougars, Dylan Hyder comes in. Hometown Melrose, Minnesota, comes via way of St. Cloud Tech. He is a sophomore. Pendleton good on both. And for the Johnnies, Sean Ryan, number 33. Shot attempt and a foul. Fouls on 32, Ian Carlin. And Juby Alade at the free throw line. Alade's first up and good. Johnny 73% this year. Second, off, no good. It's 8-5. Jarrett Johnson in for the Cougars. Pendleton inside with the twist and turn, no good. Off of KJ, out of bounds. And it belongs to the Johnnies. Nearly 4 minutes into this one, Blake Martins off the bench, checks into the scoring table. Ball's on Jarrett Johnson, his first of the evening. And Juby Alade back at the line. Alade good. Blake Martins steps in. Out comes James Pendleton. Blake Martins, one of the new faces, a 6-foot junior hails from Custer, South Dakota, by way of Chadron State. Alade makes the second. Martins on the wing, will swing it around. Hyder, Riley into the left corner. Johnson with the drive inside. Fakes up, but one-handed, no good. Walford with the rebound. It's 8-7, Johnnies. On the right wing, Hyder gets the touch, and it goes off of Sean Ryan. So Hyder forces the turnover. 4 minutes into this one. Martins gives to Hyder. Hyder from the wing. It's open. Three-pointer. Looked good. A little strong off the back iron. Martins the rebound. Riley the shot. Good from three-pointer. It's 11-7 Cougars. On the wing to Ryan. Out comes Walford. Under the wing, Kadut. Down ahead to Alade. Lobs it up. Ryan goes up for it. Puts it on the floor. Lost it. Oh, the officials will confer. Cougars thinks it's theirs. Okay, recall. Ball stays with the Johnnies. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nick Peterson comes out and Ian Carlin back in. 10 on the shot clock. Alade will inbounds, lobs it into Ryan. He'll swing it over to Novosinski. Alade, right side drive, goes up and is fouled. Alade at the line for two. Must be Alade's first game. He's not showing up in the stat sheet yet. Gets his first start of the year tonight. Nick Peterson, Trent Jerome off the bench. Kenneth Riley and Ian Carlin come out. Alade up and good. And back into the game, Oakley Baker for the Johnnies, and Alade comes out. .15 to go in the first half. Martins, Hyder on the wing. Hyder with the drive. Pulls up and is stripped away by Walford. On the wing, out comes Walford. We'll swing it back left side, Ryan. The drive up and short, and the follow through by Walford up, no good. Nicky Peterson comes down with the rebound for the Cougars. Johnson will swing it to Hyder. Hyder with the drive, kicks it out. Johnson steps into the 16-footer, and that's good. Nice touch by Jarrett Johnson. 13-9 Cougars. Ryan. Out comes Novosinski. Kadut on the far side. I'll wing it across near side. The drive. Ryan will scoop it up and too strong. Walford there for the putback. Walford has 4, and it's 13-11. Johnson with the 3, and that's just short. The rebound's hauled on by Oakley Baker. On the wing, Novosinski, Kadut, guarded by Martins, works around the screen. 3. Second violation called on Walford. It's a turnover for the Johnnies. Nick Peterson back in. James Pendleton back in. Oh, we have a timeout on the floor. And I missed who took it. We'll look at the board. We'll find out in just a second. The Johnnies take the timeout. 13:35 to go in the first half. It's the Cougars 13 over the 12th ranked Johnnies with 11. Cougars are shooting 45% from the floor. They're 5 for 11. The Johnnies 3 for 8, 37.5%. Johnnies have been to the free throw line 6 times already and have made 5. The Cougars are 2 for 2 from there. Rebounding even up 6 and 6 and 3 and 3 on each end of the floor for both teams. Here come the Cougars. Pendleton to the free throw line. Back to Nick Peterson. His 3 is nothing but net. Nick Peterson. And Peterson has 5. And weak pass, chase for it. Off of Sean Ryan. He and Hyder were going neck and neck for it. Pendleton. Martins. Back to Johnson, a little fadeaway left side. Two-handed shot up and in. Nice, easy touch. And the Cougars are up 18-11. They've got a mini run going here since the timeout. That's Tommy Jensen in there, number 15. Here's Ryan. Back to Jensen. Into the corner to Baker. Tosses it up. Oh, into the corner. Up ahead inside and the open shot for Zach Hansen. What happened to the D in there? Nick Peterson comes up gimping. That's maybe what happened. If he bumped knees. Got kneed in the thigh. Oh. Jumped up so. And Nick in a lot of pain. Ian Carlin comes in. It's 18-11. James Pendleton inside. James Pendleton with the drive. And the St. John's bench I'm not sure what the conversation was about, but Coach Grove is fine with it. Alede back in, down inside, tipped out of bounds by Martins. Alade to inbound, scoots it across, far corner. Three-pointers good by Tommy Jensen. Tommy Jensen. Pendleton over to Martins. Out comes Johnson, left side Pendleton in the corner. Kicks it out, Johnson. Didn't quite have full control of the ball, otherwise he might have been a shot. Tried a bounce pass into backdoor cut to Ian Carlin, and it's knocked away by the Johnnies. Nicky Peterson gives us the thumbs up sign here. Pendleton, 7 on the shot clock. Pendleton unleashes the 3, up no good. All blue underneath. Oakley Baker with the easy rebound. Alade. And the paint turns up. Jared Johnson made him alter a shot and is called for the foul. Johnson will pick up number 2. Juby Alade at the free throw line. Number 21, good on the free throw. He has 8 points, including 6 of 7 at the free throw line. And the Johnnies are within 2 at 20-18. Martins in the corner, out to Riley. Johnson. Pendleton on the wing. Here's Steele. Oh, and it's tossed in, and it caroms off of Pendleton and out of bounds. A bad possession for the Cougars. Taft-Dack in the game for the Cougars. 3 from the corner for the Johnnies. No good. Riley the rebound. The three-pointer was by Tommy Jensen, the attempt. James Pendleton's on opening and drives for the basket. 4-point Cougar lead, 22-18. Jensen will hand off to Baker. Baker takes it around the top. Jensen, right side, will bounce inside to Walford. Walford out to Jensen. Three-pointer right side. Skims off. No good. Bounces into the hands of Kenneth Riley. Back to Carlin. Johnson out to Pendleton. 17 on the shot clock. Riley, the three-pointer. That's off the back iron. No good. Walford, the long reach, will rein it in. Alade out to Walford. Here's Steele and a foul committed by Pendleton as he gets him on the arm. And Nick Peterson back in. Out comes Jarrett Johnson. Johnson with 7 minutes, 4 points. 9:48 to go first half. Tyler Kemp, 24, is in for the Johnnies. Walford into the corner. Alade. Spot up long. Three-pointer up off. Just batted out by the Johnnies. Into the hands of Kadut. Right side to Kemp. Bounces ahead to Hansen. Working against Peterson. One hands it off the glass and in. Banks it in. Pendleton using the screen. The three-pointer's good. Instead of a drive, a little three-pointer from James Pendleton. It's the Cougars by 5. Alade on the wing. At the free throw line. Bounces inside Walford. Turns. Left hands it up and in. Pendleton in traffic. Has it go off his foot. Pendleton claims it was off Kadut's foot, but will not win that argument. Kadut, Walford comes out left side. Hands off to Alade. Alade the drive. Off to the right side. Kemp with the shot up and good. Tyler Kemp with the three, and we're tied at 25 all. Kenneth Riley answers with the three on the other end. Kadut takes it down low, quickly blocked out. Walford back to Kadut. On the right wing, a bounce inside Kemp. He was camped in there a long time. Basket good, and a foul was called on Walford. So basket's good. So Riley's shot must not have been a 3. We're tied at 27 all. Scoreboard says 27 all. Walford picks up his second foul. There's a backdoor cut. Tafdak gives to Riley. Goes up. Fouled by Kemp, number 24. On the arm, Kenneth Riley at the free throw line. Cougar shot very well at the free throw line Friday night.
And for the Cougars, number 3, Blake Martinez.
Blake Martinez at the line. And the Cougars lead at 28-27. Kemp on the wing, guarded by Dak. Oh, and there'll be a foul on number 10. He just about to set the screen, and he stuck the hind end out. Falls on number 10, Ethan Novozinski. Here's Peterson. Left side, Riley will take it in and lays it up and in. Cougars up by 3, 7:15 remaining. Kadut on the wing, working against Martins. Kemp back to Kadut, right side, blocked off by Martins. Excellent defense. Off to Alade, guarded by Riley. Alade to the baseline, up and in. Nice move by Alade. Juby Alade. Here's Trent Jerome, trying to no-look pass to Johnson. Baseline, Johnson. Well, fade away by Jarrett's up off, no good. And the rebound's hauled down by Zach Hansen. Alade thought about a 3, spots up for a 3, and that's off, no good. Johnson with the rebound, out hustling Novosinski. Trent Jerome brings it up the floor. Take it on top, drive, spin, kick it out, Johnson. Wing it over to Trent Jerome, 12 to go on the shot clock. Jerome in traffic. No-look pass, Riley will lay it up and in. The cutter Riley with the no-looker from Trent Jerome. And a timeout taken by the Johnnies. They'll take a full 60-second timeout. 5:51 remains. The Cougars up 32-29 and looking sharp here. 3 of 4. Rebounding even up 10 apiece. And 6 and 2, 4 offensive, 6 defensive for both teams. Blake Martins, Kenneth Riley, Trent Jerome, Nick Peterson, and Jarrett Johnson in for the Cougars. On the wing, Tyler Kemp. Down inside they go, and up and in for Zach Hansen. Jerome swings over to Riley. Riley off the screen, puts it up short, and the rebound is brought down by Hansen. Kadut on the wing, ahead to Hansen. Side working against Nick Peterson, and a little baby hookup, no good, tipped out, and controlled by Trent Jerome. He will bring it up quickly. A little stutter step, kicks it out. Martins, left wing, three-pointer, good for Blake Martins.
Let's go, Blake. Let's go, Blake. Come on. Yep.
Hansen will hand off to Kemp.
Yep.
Guarded by Jerome. Lob it out to Kadut. Kadut will come off the screen. Try a shot. No good. Martins the rebound. Back to Johnson. Oh, Jared Johnson walked with it. Thought about a three, then began a dribble drive and got the step down before the ball. 4:31 to go, first half. 35-31 Cougars. James Pendleton and Dylan Hyder in for the Cougars. And for the Johnnies, looks like Oakley Baker's back in. Alade's in. Alade the drive. He's fouled on the arm on the way up. And the foul's on Martins. Jube Alade at the line.
Go, Joe.
Alade with 11 points. Make that 12. Alade makes it a 2-point game. Swung over to Nick Peterson. Martins. Pendleton. Little fadeaway from the baseline, up and good for James Pendleton. He is dangerous all over the court. 37-33 Cougars. Pendleton with the steal, neck and neck as he goes against Jensen. Steps through with a nifty European move. 39-33 for James Pendleton. Brings the crowd to life here. Alade on the wing. And here's a steal by Martins. And a reach-in ball by Alade in frustration. That'll be the 6th team foul on the Johnnies. For the Cougars, Ian Carlin comes in. Martins comes out. Kenneth Riley in. Jared Johnson coming out. Pendleton finds it wide open, up and off, no good. Rebound, Carlin tips it. Peterson has it. There's Alade with the steal. He'll take it down for the two-handed slam. Make it 39-35. Nick Peterson, the three-pointer from the corner, up and a little short, and rebound into the hands of Jensen. Sean Ryan up on top. Kemp given to Alade. Right side, Jensen, three-pointer good, and it's 39-38. 2:40 to go in the first half. Dylan Hyder. Oh, pass tipped back to Hyder. Given to Riley. Here's Nicky Peterson. Back to Pendleton. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Pendleton will step through, scoop it up and in. Cougars back up by 3. 2:10 to go in the first half. Jansen floats around, down underneath, kicks it out. Novosinski, once, twice on the floor. Three-pointer up, off, no good, and the rebound. Novosinski, put back up, no good. Hyder with the rebound. Dylan Hyder from Melrose. Kenneth Riley off the bump, puts it up and in. Nothing called on the bump. It's Riley was sent 3 feet, still got the shot off and scored. Alade goes up and a blocking foul was called. I think the block was clean. Somebody got a piece of the ball, but block underneath. The foul called on Dylan Hyder. And Alade goes back to the free throw line. Alade with 15 points. James Pendleton with 17 to lead all and the Cougars. Alade at the line, rims off, no good. Alade 9 for 11 there now. 24, Tyler Kemp comes in. Novosinski goes out for the Johnnies. Alade, the second of two. And that is good. 43-39. A minute 20 to go in the first half. Pendleton given to Riley. Kicks out to Hyder. Hyder in traffic into the corner. Riley steps back. The three launched. Hop off, no good. Carlin the rebound, tied up with Hanson. We've a jump ball. And the arrow belongs to the Cougars. Jarrett Johnson back in. Nick Peterson comes out. Inside, Pendleton up. The officials see no contact in there. Sean Ryan blocks the shot.
28 seconds. 28 seconds.
So, ball apparently out of bounds off the Cougars.
I'll be honest with you.
Ball working the official on that non-call. Alade spins up and in. 43-41 Cougars. 45 to go in the first half. Here's James Pendleton. Back to Ian Carlin. His three-pointer rims off, no good. And the rebound chased down by Tyler Kemp. Kadutz. Oh, errant pass. It's chased down by Kemp. Right side, Kadutz. Swings it down to Hanson inside. Up. Oh, and a charge is called on Hanson. Ian Carlin takes one for the team. Hanson picks up his first foul. Team fouls are even up at 7 apiece. .14 seconds to go. Cougars up 43-41. Pendleton, will they leave it in his hands? Hyder open right side. The shot up short, no good. Rebound, Johnny's. Alade hangs on to it. And the Cougars have forged a 43-41 halftime lead over the 12th ranked Johnnies of St. John's. Here on Jim Grammel's court, they have got to feel very, very good about that half play. And the Cougars did it here in the first half. First half shooting 52.9%, 18 of 34 shooting. They were 4 of 12 on the three-pointers and 3 of 4 on the free throws. Johnny shot very well too. 14 of 27 for 51.9%. 3 of 9 on the three-pointers and 10 of 12 on the free throws. Rebounds even up at 16 apiece. For the Johnnies, 6 offensive, 10 defensive, and for the Cougars, 7 offensive and 9 defensive. Cougars have led for 85.7% of this game. Their largest lead was at 20-13. Johnny's largest lead was very, very early when they led 4-2 in this one. Cougars have 6 steals, the Johnnies 3. The Cougars have 16 points off turnovers, the Johnnies 11. Second chance points, the Cougars 7, the Johnnies 5. 7 fouls apiece. Turnovers, the Johnnies had 10 and the Cougars had 8. Individually for St. John's, it's Hansen with 8 points, Jube Alade with 18. 10 of those at the free throw line, where he's 10 for 12. He's the only one that shot free throws for the Johnnies. 6 points for Walford, 6 for Kemp, and 6 for Jensen, 3 for Kemp. And for the Cougars, they're led by James Pendleton with 17 points. So he's 7 of 12 from the floor. Kenneth Riley with 12 points. He's 5 for 9 from the floor. And Nick Peterson 5, Trent Jerome with 2, Blake Martins with 3, and Jarrett Johnson with 4. 3-pointers, the Cougars are 4 of 12. They have 3-pointers from James Pendleton, Kenneth Riley, Nick Peterson, and Blake Martins. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with Jalen Voss on the Cougars Sports Network.
Half by us. But that's the thing. It's just a half. So we need to play with that energy, that intensity, and that focus for the same in the second half. So it needs to be the same as the first. We kind of found out who we were at Concordia, and against Concordia we made a lot of mistakes. Just watching film, but the way that we competed and just how the effort and energy, like I just said, it was all there. So we made up for all those mistakes with that. So tonight we need to continue to do that same thing into the second half.
Yeah, running the offense very, very well tonight.
Yeah.
There's one bad possession in the whole first half.
Yeah, every now and then we'll get a little stagnant. We kind of want our offense to be quick. It needs to be like it's that high ball screen, so it's that quick hitter. Get your looks out of that, and then we're looking for the dribble, drive, and attack kind of thing. So, but yeah, offensively we played really well. So need to continue that as well. I'm sure they're going to throw some different things at us defensively that we're not ready for. Jimmy had a good first half. They iced our ball screens a little bit, so they basically were just doubling it right away without us being able to come off of it. So we made some adjustments, talked about some different things that we can do with that to attack that. So, just reinforcing that over halftime I think should help. So
and down low defensively, what can change, what needs to be done?
Honestly, I think we're doing okay down low defensively. The only guy that's really killing us right now is Juvie, number 21 for them. So, but I think on their big guys, considering their size and considering what we have right now, our guys are working their butts off down there.
Oh, they are.
Ian's doing a good job of getting in front. Nick is doing a fantastic job. Jarrett's doing a fantastic. All three of our bigs are doing a great job of getting in front and forcing them to get it over the top. So we kind of talked about that too. Their high-low really only beat us on it about maybe 2, 3, 4 times that half. So that's their primary look in their offense. So if we're only getting beat on that about 3, 4 times in a half, we're doing all right. So
I would imagine the atmosphere in the locker room had to be pretty pumped up.
Yeah, we're all pretty pumped up right now. But the message was pretty clear that it was just one half. So if we don't play like we did that half, if we let up at all a little bit and we start feeling good about ourselves, and this half won't be as pretty. So we got to make sure that we stay with our foot on the gas and we continue to play with that intensity. So
most definitely. And Nick, he's back. He came back shortly after limping off the court. Did he take a little knee to the thigh?
I don't know exactly what happened. I know Emily, our trainer, came over and talked to me, and she just said that it was his knee buckled. So I don't know. She said he's good to go. It's a little sore. I'm sure tomorrow he'll probably be feeling a little bit. But right now the adrenaline's pumping for him, so I'm sure he's not worried about it.
Pumping up here, too.
Oh, yeah. Me on the sideline, too. Don't even get a camera on me. I'll be embarrassed how I look.
All right. Hey, best of luck, Will.
Sounds good. Thanks, Rady.
Thanks, Jalen. Jalen Voss, assistant coach, joining us out of the locker room here as the Cougars lead 43-41 over the 12th-ranked Johnnies here on Jim Gremmel's courts at the University of Minnesota Morris. So, the Cougars will have to play with the same, if not more, intensity, because the Johnnies are not going to take this line down. We'll see what adjustments they make, what adjustments the Cougars may make here in the second half. Cougars again shot very well 52.9% in the first half. The John. Number 5, Hanson in there. Walford and Alade. And for the Cougars, Peterson, Trent Jerome, Riley, James Pendleton, and Ian Carlin. Oakley Baker will swing it off to Walford. Given to Hanson. Cadute. 8 seconds in the paint, up, off, no good. And Ian Carlin, good position underneath for the rebound. Riley out to Pendleton, out comes Carlin. Right wing, Nick Peterson to Riley. Oh, nearly thrown away, reined in by Pendleton. Another near turnover, but right into the hands of Riley. Back door, Nick Peterson. Faked up, blocked, and out of bounds off of Walford. 1 second on the shot clock. So it's going to have to be a catch and heave. And Pendleton does. Oh, it's off the rim, no good. He needed to follow that. He could have had the rebound. Walford swings it to Hanson, left side to Cadute. In the corner, Alade. Walford, they're working it around the perimeter. Here's Cadute. Steps back, the 3 is good. And the Johnnies have their first lead since 4-2. Riley to Pendleton. Swings it out to Nick Peterson. Over to Riley. Jerome ahead to Ian Carlin. Maybe hook up, a little flat, no good. Jerome the rebound. Nick Peterson the 3. That's up dash just a bit short. Rebound, Jerome has it. Out of bounds off the Cougars. Colton Cadute will walk it up the floor. And we'll walk it in and lay it up and in. Here's Pendleton. He's trapped down there, bounces underneath Carlin. The fake and a bump and no foul brings everybody off the Cougar bench on their feet. Riley batted away by Walford. 6'8" post with a long reach. Bats that one away. Jerome will swing it to Pendleton. 16-footer rims off, no good. Cougars 0 for 7 this half. Johnny's 2 for 3. Inside Cadute, hands to Walford. Ian Carlin with the obvious foul. Brought the arms down, got caught with the reach. Walford at the free throw line. And this one up off, no good. Only his second attempt this year. He's 1 for 2. And that one's off. He's 1 for 3 this season. 46-43 Johnnies. Peterson. Oh, Trent Jerome will chase it down. Back out to Peterson. On the right side, Pendleton. Riley inside, and he's fouled there by Alade. Jared Johnson in, out comes Ian Carlin. Lobbed into Riley, 20 on the shot clock. Johnson kicks it over to Pendleton. 12 on the shot clock. Riley inside, little pull-up jumper, wide, no good. Johnson the rebound. He's goes flying out of bounds. Kadut will give it out to Alade. Alade, the drive, will slice through, lay it up in. 48-43. Timeout Cougars, they need to regroup there. 0 for 8 to start the second half. The Johnnies are 3 for 4 and have taken a 48-43 lead. Now the Cougars with the timeout. Alade now has 20 in. Here's Pendleton. Inside in traffic. Here's Johnson. Three-pointer missed. And here come the Johnnies. Kadut swing it over to Hanson. Back to Hanson, underneath, up and in, a little give and go. Hanson and Baker. And it's 50-43. Peterson swing it over to Johnson on the right wing, back up to Riley. Peterson. Bounce ahead to Johnson. Oh, here's Riley, the cutter. And did not really have the handle on that. Here's Pendleton. Lay it up, off, no good. And the shot clock goes off, did not hit the rim. Blake Martins in. James Pendleton coming out. Kadut. Side to Hanson, left side. Alade, the three-pointer, that's off, no good. Walford, the rebound. They'll skip it back across. Alade, the drive, on top, Kadut. Covered quickly. Near side, they come to Baker. Down on the baseline, Alade. Up and in. And it's 52-43. Cougars need to break the drought. Martins on the wing, on top Johnson. Given over to Hayter. The three, and that will break it. Make it 52-46. The Cougars are 1 for 12 in the second half. And Zach Hanson at the free throw line. And Hanson is heating up. Hanson with 12. Here's Martins. Johnson gives to Hyder. He stumbles and he's tripped. Foul on Kadut. Second team on the Johnnies, the second on Kadut as well. Sean Ryan comes in, out comes Baker for the Johnnies. Hyder, Johnson. And Peterson, right side, Martins. Ahead to Johnson, 4 on the shot clock. Kicked out. Hyder. Fouled. He's bailed out by Sean Ryan. There's 1 second left on the shot clock. Hyder's first is good. Dylan Hyder, the Melrose product. Second good and a third. Melrose, same hometown as Evan Reller, the former Cougar product. And one-time color analyst here on the Cougar Sports Network. Hyder the third, comes up short. Jared Johnson the rebound. Once on the floor, the fadeaway up and in, and the Cougars are back within 4. Johnson's got 6. Half back in for the Cougars. Cougars have switched to a zone, 2-3. Walford, Kadut, try and step through. He'll toss that one up, and that's exactly what it was. And Jared Johnson comes away with it. Martins out to Hyder. Backdoor cut. Carlin cannot rein it in. It was there. And off the fingertips of Ian Carlin. Ethan Novosinski in for the Johnnies. Out comes Lucas Walford. Novosinski 6'5" to Walford 6'8". Alade on the wing. And out to Hansen. Kadut open. The three is good. And Kadut has 8. And it's 57-50. Inside Carlin. He had a step on the defender. Reverses underneath, up and in. And Carlin has his first 2 of the night. Cougars down on the baseline. Novosinski out to Kadut. Back down on the baseline. Fed inside to Hansen. Up and in, and there's a foul by Carlin using the body.
Zach Hansen is fouled on the shot, so shooting for 2 from the free throw line.
Hansen at the line is off, no good. Hansen 12 points, that was his first free throw tonight. Johnnies are now 10 of 14 at the line. That good, and the timeout taken by the Johnnies with 11:55 remaining. Johnnies up 58-52 with 11:55 to go. And if we can, let's take a look at the UMAC scoreboard tonight. Some of the other men's action that is taking place in the conference. Now nothing posted. Let's check in on Northwestern and McAllister. And no stats posted at McAllister. Crown is also at Hamlin tonight in men's action. Women's basketball. Carleton at Bethany Lutheran College. Now in Bethany Lutheran leads Carleton 53-48 in the third quarter. Here Cougars trail by 6 to the 12th ranked Johnnies of St. John's. Shot up, no good. Alade with the rebound. Colton Kadut. Out comes Jared Johnson. Alade Kadut. Here's Lake Martins with the near steal and a foul on Alade in the chase for the ball. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Johnnies. And Alade will pick up his 3rd with 11:23 remaining. And Oakley Baker will come in. Alade will leave with his third foul. Fourth team foul on the Johnnies. The Cougars have 2. Pendleton back to Johnson. Johnson will drive, put it up and in as he works against Hanson. It's 58-54. Caduta may have been deflected, comes up short. And the rebound hauled down. Hayter gets a tip right back into the hands of Baker. In the corner, Cadute wide open. Three-pointer, a little long. Jarrett Johnson with the rebound. Johnson thought about a three, lost the handle, it's recovered. Hyder, bounce pass, Pendleton underneath, reversed, hit the bottom of the back. Hanson will come away with it. On the wing, Baker, guarded by Taft Dack. Hanson will lob inside. And a foul the other way on the Johnnies. An armbar push on Ethan Novosinski. Dylan Hyder comes out. Kenneth Riley goes in. Riley will, he will drive, take it in, and he's pushed. He goes down. Fouls on 33, Sean Ryan with the push, and the fouls are mounting on the Johnnies. That is their 6th. Cougars will inbounds with 20 to go on the shot clock. Nick Peterson in, Jarrett Johnson coming out. Into Peterson, lobbed out to Pendleton. Riley with the drive. Batted out of bounds by Sean Ryan. Lobbed out to Martins, 12 in the shot clock. Dath. Riley, right wing, 5, 4. Riley up, off the glass, too high, doesn't go. Foul on the Cougars on James Pendleton. Third foul on the Cougars. James is first. Sean Ryan on the wing. Walford's back in. Here's Novosinski, kicks it out to Colton Cadute. Walford will give to Sean Ryan. Ryan back and forth, 5 in the shot clock. Walford in. Peterson goes down. Shot up short. Tipped up. No good. Put back. No good. Walford up and good. And a foul is called on Nick Peterson. They just called Nick Peterson for a flop. Flop warning. In for the Johnnies, 24, Tyler Kemp. Jube Alade's back in. Number 15, Tommy Jensen comes in. Walford at the line and off, no good. 60-54, 9 minutes remains. Trent Jerome drives, comes up, back out to Martins. Riley swings over to Peterson. Peterson driving, baseline, kicks it across. Riley can't reach it, and it's a Cougar turnover.
to the Johnnies.
Turnover number 10 for the Cougars. Johnnies have 13. The drive, Baker up, may have been deflected, lost the handle or something. Walford, the turnaround is good. And it's 62-54. Walford's got 10. James Pendleton will slice through, put it up and in. Clutch basket for James, 62-56. Tommy Jensen gives to Olade. Olade in traffic, lobs it out. Kemp. Given over to Baker, right side to 15. Jensen, he'll throw it up. Walford. Weak side, open man, three-pointer up off, no good. Walford with the rebound. Olade, the drive. Falls on 30, Trent Jerome. Dylan Hyder back in. Out comes Blake Martinez. James Pendleton will deflect that out of bounds. Inbounded to Jensen. Jensen will take it to the lane, kick it back out to Olade. Olade in the paint, still trying to alley-oop. Behind Walford, he reins it in. Here's Jensen, kicked by Nick Peterson. Five seconds, kick, 20 seconds on the shot clock, that is right. Lobbed into Walford, and out to Kemp. Out comes Olade, guarded by Trent Jerome. Jerome up. Trent Jerome called for the foul on the arm.
Juby Olade is fouled on the shot, chain for 2.
Olade at the line, where he's made a living tonight, 10 of 12. He's got 22 total. He's 6 of 10 from the floor. And that one off back iron. Johnnies are now 11 of 18. They were 10 of 12 at one point. 11 of 18, this is good. And it's 63-56. Pendleton will stutter step, lose the handle out of bounds. Cougar turnover. Number 11. Right side of Walford will handle the ball. Guarded by Peterson. And a timeout called by Walford. Did they get it? Yes, they do. Good defense by the Cougars. And they forced the Johnnies into a timeout with 7 minutes to go. Fouls are even up at 6 apiece. The Johnnies will have 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Cougars came out and were cold in the second half, started 0 for 11. They're now 5 for 20 in the second half, so they're 5 for 9 since the baskets started falling. The Johnnies are 9 of 17 in the second half. Johnnies inbounds. Colton Cadute back in. Ahead to Olade. The drive back to Walford. Walford in there. The fadeaway up and good. Boy, the senior post now with 12. And a steal on the other end by Baker. Here's Alade. Into the corner. That's put up short. Trent Jerome the rebound, short from Baker. It's 65-56. Jerome out to Nick Peterson, open for the three, and that's good. And the Cougars needed one, 65-59. Cougars back to man. Down inside, traveling. Called on the Johnnies on number 5, Zach Hansen. Does not set well with Pat McKenzie. Six minutes to go. 7-point Johnnies lead. Nick Peterson again. The three is good. 65-62. That's a little behind the back pass. The Cougars lulled the D to sleep, and Nick Peterson comes through. Kadut out to Alade. Alade looking for a lane, does not find one. Kadut out to Walford. They go down inside. Hansen off the glass, up and in. And a foul called on Nick Peterson.
Zach Hansen's shot is good. He'll be shooting for one from the free throw line.
Hansen is 1 for 2 at the line. It's off, no good. Nick Peterson's got the rebound. Here's James Pendleton, takes it all the way down. Hits the basket and is fouled, so he gets the and one. He is Mr. Excitement out there on the floor. And gets that and one, and it's a 2-point game, 67-65, with 5:20 remaining. Out comes Hansen. Gives to Alade. Alade looking to drive. Makes the shot. The foul called on Kenneth Riley. They say they got him on the arm. Johnnies will try and put it back to a 5-point lead. Alade, good. Alade with 23, including 11 of 14 at the line. There's Blake Martins. Given over to Pendleton. James will drive, double pump up, and doesn't go, but draws the foul. And it's James Pendleton to the line for 2.
James Pendleton is fouled in the shot.
Let's go, Jim.
He's shooting for 2 from the free throw line.
Pendleton is 3 for 3 there at the line tonight. He's got 22 points. He's 9 for 18 from the floor. James, the first up and good. Jarrett Johnson back in for what I'm sure is a gas to Nick Peterson.
Number 34, Jarrett Johnson.
Hurt knee and all. Peterson. Pendleton, good on both of them. It's 70-67. Walford, give to Alade to his right. Kicks it out to Hansen. Given over, the runner is up and good for Baker. 72-67. Jarrett Johnson given over to Riley. Riley in the corner. Up and out to Martins. Martins right side. Ian Carlin spins. Gets open. Turns up. Doesn't go. Walford gets the rebound. No, it wasn't Walford. That was Baker with the rebound. Kadut. Hansen on the near wing. Up and out to Walford. 15 on the shot clock. Kadut. 3:40 to go in the game. Out to Baker. Out comes Hansen, lost the handle, gives over to Alade. 2 seconds, 1 second. And got the shot off at the buzzer. Up quickly to Martins. Martins will drive, put it up, and doesn't go. And the rebound, Kadut will come away with it. 3:15 to go. Out on the wing, Baker. Walford comes out. Into Alade. Lost the handle. No, they're going to call. Kenneth Riley for the foul. 19th foul on the Cougars. There's 8 on the Johnnies.
And for the Cougars, number 11, Dylan Hyder.
Dylan Hyder comes in for the Cougars. And Alade good on the front end of the 1-and-1. Alade 13 of 16 at the line. He's got 27 points. And the second is good. Alade comes out. Sean Ryan goes in. 2:59 remaining. Cougars need to work quick. Here's Riley. We'll go into traffic, kick it out. Ian Carlin, the three-pointer. That's good to make it 74-70. Cougars need a stop. Here's Kadut. He'll fade his way into the lane for 2. 76-70. Riley, Hyder. Moving over to Jarrett Johnson. Riley will drive, step through, lob it up and in. 76-72, 2:10 to go. Kadut, the floor general, takes it to the wing. Uses the screen. The three's off, no good. And it's Jarrett Johnson with the board. Cougars down by 4. Riley, and he's plowed into by Baker. Alade back in, Sean Ryan out. KJ at the free throw line. Cougars have attempted 10. The Johnnies have attempted 23. Cougars are 8 of 10 at the line. Riley up off, no good. Kadut with the rebound. Riley's got 14 points. 1:40 to go. Right side to Alade. Out comes Hansen. Given over to Baker. Out comes Walford. 12 on the shot clock. Jarrett Johnson's got the steal and then is fouled by Hansen. Hansen picks up a second foul. It's the 10th team foul on the Johnnies. And the Cougars will be in the double-double.
Jarrett Johnson sent to the line. He'll be shooting 2 in the free throw line.
Jarrett Johnson at the line. Is 1 of 1 on Friday night. And this one's good.
In for the Cougars, number 30, Trent Jerome.
Nine for Jarrett. Make that 10, and it's 76-74. Colton Kadut will swing to Alade. Hanson finds some room, will lob it up for the jam by Walford. 78-74, a minute 8 to go. Pendleton will take it down, scoop it up, no good. Had to go around to Walford. Kadut out to the wing. A drive to his right. Give it back to Walford. And there's the back door. Baker waits up and the easy two. Snuck in from the back door, did Baker. It's 80-74. Nick Peterson will drive. Put it up. On a charge. Called on Nick Peterson. The charge taken by Baker. Nick Peterson disagrees. Kenneth Riley in. Trent Jerome coming out. Timeout on the floor taken by the Cougars. As it's 80-74. Taft Dack checks in and Blake Martins checks in. Cougars have 4 timeouts left. The Johnnies have 2. We're down to 33.5 as the Johnnies lead it by 6. Cougars put on the full court defense. Sean Ryan in, he'll inbounds to Alade. Guarded by Kenneth Riley. Riley lobs up ahead. Kadut into the front court and a foul by Taft Dack. We'll stop the clock with 25 seconds left. Send Colton Kadut to the free throw line. Kadut, first free throw attempt there tonight. And on the season, he's 3 for 3. Kadut up and good. He's 4 for 4 this season, 81-74. Nick Peterson back in. Taft Dack comes out. And the second good for Kadut, and it's 82-74. Pendleton to Dack with the drive. Around Walford, up and in, and it's 82-76 with 16 seconds left. Nice hustle by KJ Riley going against the 6'8 of Walford for the basket, just to out-hustle them for the 2. Cougars trail it 82-76. Cougars have been out-rebounded in the second half, 23-14 by the Johnnies. Johnnies have done a nice job offensively. 9 offensive rebounds in this half. There's been just the 1 lead change in this half. Turnovers even at 5 apiece. Ryan inbounds to Alade, followed by Riley. And for Riley, that is his 3rd foul. The officials confer about something. 14.7. I'm not sure what the discussion was about. It had something to do with the scorebook. Alade, good on that.
For the Johnnies, number 25.
Alade, 29 points. 15 of 18 at the line. And that'll give him an even 30. And it's 84-76, 12 seconds to go. Pendleton will take it down. They'll let him spin, turn, put it up and in. Timeout with 7.8 to go. Okay, 8.6. They're just fixing the clock. 8.6 back on the game clock. But since they're just adjusting the clock, Zach Hansen is not allowed entry. Alade fouled immediately on the inbounds by Taft Dack. (84-78). Cougars with 4 timeouts left. Alade with 30. James Pendleton with 26 for the Cougars. And that's good. 86-78, 7.7 left. Dylan Hyder. We'll give it to Taft Dack for the basket. Dack is on this 86-80, and the Cougars will just back away, and that's it. Johnny's tested, but win here tonight, 86-80 by the Cougars. Cougars will look back at that 0-for-11 start in the second half and think of what could have been. What a game, though, by the Cougars and the Johnnies. Johnnies win it 86-80, and they go to 2-1 this young season. The Cougars drop to 1-1 in the first week of the season. In this game, the Cougars shot 48.4%. They were 31 of 64. They were 8 of 20 on the three-pointers, 40%, good average, and 10 of 13 on the free throws. And the Johnnies, 30 of 55 on the nights, 54.5%. 5 of 16 on the threes, and 21 of 29 on free throws, 72.4%. Johnnies won the rebounding battle, 39-30. Johnnies with 15 offensive boards, 24 defensive, and the Cougars with 12 offensive and 18 defensive boards. There